After a 4-hour bus ride from Hurghada, we have arrived here in Luxor for the beginning of what will be a 5-day, 4-night cruise down the Nile River to Aswan.
We're gonna see a lot of the sites that are along this route. We've never seen any of these like ancient Egyptian monuments. We're really excited about this. This is our room on the boat for the Nile Cruise. Before we left, we watched a bunch of vlogs, saw a lot of other vloggers who weren't all that happy with their room. And I guess it depends on which boat you get, because this room is a lot nicer than a lot of the ones I'd seen on other people's vlogs, and I'm quite happy with it. So let's go check out the rest of the boat.
We'll be showing you more of the boat over the next couple of videos as we continue on our 5-day cruise.
Hi, I'm Angela.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're Pure Detour.
In the summer of 2021, we quit our jobs to travel the world full-time.
This month, we're traveling around Egypt to explore the beaches, cruise the Nile, and see the legendary ancient sites. During our time in Hurghada, it was nice, sunny beach weather. Mid-30s, it was wonderful. We got here to Luxor today and it is 43 degrees Celsius.
So after getting in, checking in onto the boat here, they had a lunch prepared for us, so we went and had it. We had no intentions of filming any of it or even talking about it because we didn't have high hopes for it.
Not bad.
It's pretty good, actually. So yeah, we're getting ready to do this.
So just making our way into the entrance of the Karnak Temples, and before we've even got in, there are dozens of these ram's head sphinxes. So one of the coolest parts about the Karnak Temple here is this enormous courtyard, this colonnade. It's got just dozens and dozens of these enormously huge columns. But one of the things I find most interesting is that a good portion of these were buried up until the time that they were discovered. And at what was ground level at that time, people from the 1800s, 1850s were graffitiing their names into the columns.
Okay, so we've hired a tour guide to come through to basically the whole cruise that we're doing. We're gonna have a guide with us everywhere. There's some good things about that, much like Morocco. It's gonna help us avoid being harassed nonstop, but it's all happening very fast to try and take in what we're seeing here. So we're gonna do our best to try and walk back through here as quickly as we can before we have to leave.
Another thing I didn't expect in ruins this old is the amount of color. Our guide says that has been restored, but usually when you think of these old ruins, you think of them as like brown, sandy colored, but these ones actually have some really cool, bright details.
Next up. So we started off at Karnak Temple, now Luxor Temple. That's pretty crazy.
this whole avenue behind us lined as far as the eye can see with sphinxes.
All right, so this is kind of cool. This big pathway that you see back behind me, that leads all the way back to the Karnak Temple that we just came from. And when we turn around here, there's our entrance to the Luxor Temple.
This is crazy. Our guide is just telling us that this was built in 1250 BC. You know, you've probably seen us in a couple of our videos go to Roman ruins or Greek ruins and wonder about how old they are, right? The Greeks and Romans came here because they wanted to visit it because of the age.
What do you think?
It's kind of unreal.
This is completely unreal, unbelievable.
Probably one of the most impressive things to me about this temple is just the sheer amount of square footage that is covered by these really detailed carvings. I would love to get a translation of them. So one thing I've learned is that all of these statues behind us of the pharaohs were commissioned by those pharaohs themselves. Can you imagine building a monument like this to yourself? Typical male ego. Okay, day 2, and the boat still hasn't gone anywhere. And the reason is because yesterday we saw the East Bank temples at Luxor, and today we're going over to the far West Bank to go check out the Valley of the Kings. This is the very first tomb that we've seen here inside the Valley of the Kings, and not gonna lie, it's pretty impressive.
It is quite impressive. They've taken our microphone. We're not allowed to use a microphone inside of here, so we're gonna see how this goes going forward.
The whole way down into this tomb is like this little ramp here with just little wooden slats to keep you from sliding. It is hot and it is crowded and it's still COVID. Like, not a lot of people are traveling still, and it's off season here at the end of April, just about to hit off season. So I can't imagine what this is like during the season with no COVID.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy here.
So here at the Temple of Hatshepsut, we've lost the microphone again for one camera, and now it's so hot that my iPhone just shut down. So what are you gonna do?
All right, final stop that we're able to do here on this day here. We are just checking out this little area, which is
The Colossi of Memnon.
not nearly as impressive as I thought it would be. That is going to wrap up the Luxor portion of our trip.
Yeah, today we sail out of the port here at Luxor towards Aswan, so make sure to stay tuned for the next video to see where we're off to.